Yo, what is up YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new, make sure you hit the subscribe button and let's get right into this video. We are doing a rebuild with the Sacramento Kings with updated rosters. This has all the rookies. We have Marvin Bagley in this roster. We have Trae Young, Colin Sexton, DeAndre Ayton, Luka Doncic, all those rookies, along with all the free agent acquisitions up to July 10th. This is when I recorded July 10th of it, the updated rosters. It has LeBron on the Lakers and all that good stuff. All the moves that have happened so far this free agency, all the important signings, as LaMarcus Cousins of the Warriors, that just really annoying one. That one is there too, but I'm excited to rebuild this team. You'll see what we have to work with here in just a second, but yes, this is an updated roster, and you see right here we have De'Aaron Fox at point guard, 19 years of age, 77 overall. He's going to be a great point guard to build around, as well as Buddy Hield, an 80 overall 23-year-old. As we keep going down, you will see the man, Marvin Bagley, already an 83, 19 years old. That was a great draft pick, I do feel like, in real life by the Sacramento Kings. I just think he can do it all. He could be a great power forward for them to build around, especially team him up with a guy like De'Aaron Fox and Buddy Hield. And then they also have Willie Cauley-Stein at center. That was a great pick by by the Kings, getting Marvin Bagley in real life, and I'm excited to do big things with him in this rebuild. Basically, these rebuilds, I'm going to do as many as I can right now, as many as you guys want to see. Basically, we're going to try to rebuild these bad teams till we win a title, and if you want to see me go further than that with the team, if you think it was just a fluke championship, because that does happen, if you want to see if I can sustain the success with the team, you guys will have to let me know. But right now, we're going to try to win a championship with the Sacramento Kings. These could take a year, these could take 6 years, these could take 10 years. Just depends on who we get and if the simulation goes our way. And I do play a few games on Simcast, but never will play a whole game on the rebuild. But right now, I'm trying to get rid of Iman Shumpert's contract. Right now, I'm dumping salaries because, let's be honest, this team is not ready to win right now. And I just got rid of Iman Shumpert for Josh Okogie, if that's how you say it. I'm not for sure. I have seen his name before, but for some reason I guess I've never really watched him play on television or anything, and I've never heard his name be said before. But I think a 19-year-old, 70 overall player. Somehow we still have Matt Barnes and Anthony Tulliver on our player contracts, which is going to be annoying for the next few years, but it is what it is, only a couple mil. I'm trying to dump salaries right now. Zach Randolph and Iman Shumpert were the big ones to start. And we dumped Iman Shumpert for a rookie contract, so that one is gone. And trying to dump Zach Randolph. I love Zebo in real life. Zebo's one of my favorite players, not going to lie. He's just a beast, along with De'Aaron Fox. De'Aaron Fox is a beast as well. But two of these guys, pretty good. Willie Cauley-Stein picks up his injury here. But like I said, we're not really ready to win right now. And if we were to pick up some wins here, that's probably not even a good thing at this point, because the more we lose, the higher of a pick we're going to end up getting here in year one. I do have my draft pick for this year, so I'm looking to get a good guy here, but really I just know building through the draft is going to be helpful. Like you can see, they drafted De'Aaron Fox, they drafted Marvin Bagley, and getting those rookie contracts is key, but we're really going to have to dump salaries like we already did with Iman Shumpert and looking to do with Zach Randolph before the deadline to get one of those marquee players in free agency. And the more that I do of these rebuild series, the more I'm going to try to get more variety of players, and more that I'm going to try to develop different players. Like this series, we're trying to build these rookies, starting with De'Aaron Fox and Marvin Bagley, and kind of surrounding the team around those two guys. You see, we're trying to get rid of Zebo's contract. 2 years, 24 mil, 12 mil. Year is just, that's not something we want on the books right now, especially when I don't even know if we're ready to win next year. Probably not even next year, maybe not even in the near future, as we sign Costa Koufos for one more year for a minimum deal. That was just for depth to have for next year, because right now my plans are going into this rebuild. For year one, we're not ready to win. Year two, hopefully some progression, see who's out there in free agency, and year three is really when we start to make a run. And then after that, it's really just up to if I get the right pieces and if they mesh together very well. But you saw Zebo got hurt before the deadline. He was out for about a week before till about a week or two after, so he was unable to get traded. So we still have him, looking to get rid of him somehow, but we'll have to wait and see what plays out with him. But right now we're just looking to lose some games. You know, we don't really hear that much, and if you do, you're getting a hefty fine from Adam Silver and the NBA. But we're 22-42 right now, 14th in the Western Conference. Not quite sure where we are overall ranks, but really just falling here, hoping that Marvin Bagley and De'Aaron Fox are playing well, but not well enough to get us some wins, because we need that draft pick. But that's just going to be another building stone. You see Zebo picks up another injury here. He can't even stay healthy, and he's playing behind Marvin Bagley. So that's tough for him. I mean, that's a tough year to have here in Sacramento. I definitely need to trade him. He deserved to play on a winner. He deserved to go after a title, but I didn't get anything I really liked at all. I'm not just going to dump him for nothing because the point of this is the rebuild. And if I'm dumping Zebo for literally nothing because I respect him as a player, that's going to be tough for me to rebuild anything out of it. But as you see here, as we keep simulating through this year, 29-49, we're getting to the end of the year, but I do have some untouchables, Marvin Bagley and De'Aaron Fox. I did have some targets I had on here is Klay Thompson, Devin Booker, and Chris Middleton maybe, or Paul George maybe, I don't remember, but that was the end of the year as I get through this pretty quickly. Marvin Bagley Jr., 18 points a game, got all NBA third team as a rookie. Absolutely unbelievable. Marvin Bagley had a fantastic year. But you see right there, Marvin Bagley and De'Aaron Fox are definitely my untouchables and who I'm trying to build this team after. As you see, OKC sweeps Golden State in the Western Conference Finals. It comes back and beats the Bucks in the NBA Finals. If we could get something like that in real life, I would take it. 7 games between OKC and Milwaukee. I'm signed up for that for next year. If the NBA wants to make that happen, I'm there. I'm with it. But look at this. Zebo retires right here. That actually gets rid of his salary in an easy way to do it instead of being stuck with it, trading him for nothing. But him retiring, going out like that is beautiful. We're actually going to get stuck with the 8th overall pick in the draft. And I'm just doing auto-generating rookies since I already have this draft class in. That's probably what I'll do for the foreseeable rebuilds. But look at this crazy stuff that happened in the draft. Kemba Walker getting traded for the number 2 pick. Rudy Gobert getting traded for the number 3 pick. Getting Chandler Parsons. And it was just some weird stuff going on. Blake Griffin from the Pistons to the Magic for the number 5 pick. Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. But you see, I'm trying to shop this number 8 overall pick. Don't really want it. Didn't really like anybody I saw in the draft. Bam Adebayo was the one guy that I really thought was valuable out of this pick that we were getting. But even then, we do have Willie Cauley-Stein right now, so I'm not quite sure if that's the best move. But that was the only one that really caught my attention at all. And I thought about it, but his contract, he was going to have to get paid here soon. That's not something I'm looking forward to, just get another developmental player. I'm trying to surround established dudes next to Marvin Bagley and De'Aaron Fox, but look at the free agency. Not a whole lot out there, and not a whole lot of, these are just the player options, but still not a whole lot of guys out there. Clint Capella's out there, Jabari Parker, Isaiah Thomas, Rodney Hood, Marcus Smart, and Jusuf Nurkic are the top free agents. Clint Capella's a pretty big one, but I don't know. This just was not the year for me to go out and get anybody, I didn't think. Going into this offseason, I thought this would be a good time to start. This would be a good time to build off of De'Aaron Fox and get some people out there, but I just ended up signing David Nwaba, and that is all I did. That's all I did this offseason. Did not think this was the year to go aggressive and get somebody big. Hopefully next year, if there was nobody in this free agency, there's got to be people in next year's free agency. So I thought, let my players progress, get another year of rebuilding, and we'll go from there, and we'll get some big signings. As you see, everybody progressed. Marvin Bagley's an 87 now after 1 year with the team. De'Aaron Fox goes up to an 80. I put both of them through some camps in the offseason, and one more camp here. I'm going to go with, I forget, big man offense, that's right, and I go to Willie Cauley-Stein. He's also up to an 80, so our rookie core here is upgrading pretty well. De'Aaron Fox and Marvin Bagley getting up to 80s. Buddy Hield already in the 80s. Willie Cauley-Stein in the 80s. There you see Paul George, Klay Thompson, Andrew Wiggins. I barely even got any of that right. But yes, that's who I'm targeting. Right now I'm looking for a shooting guard and a small forward to go along with Marvin Bagley and De'Aaron Fox. De'Aaron Fox is going to be my point guard for his foreseeable future. Marvin Bagley just going to be the superstar of my franchise for right now. Surprisingly, we started this year off pretty well, being 5-7, but then things started to derail a little bit. I was hoping if I could have a decent year here, if I could start out this year, coming alive and playing really good basketball, 500 basketball, I might make a move at the deadline, even though I don't have a whole lot to trade. I do have Buddy Hield, but this is also looking like an expiring contract. He has this last year, plus a team option, I believe, after this year that I do have to deal with in the offseason. But I thought if I could trade him for some pretty good value here before the trade deadline, before having to pay him maybe even more in the foreseeable offseason. I'm saying foreseeable a lot, but basically that's what a rebuild is, looking at the future. But I didn't end up doing anything. Then he twists his right knee. He's out 2 to 4 weeks, so he's going to be out for probably about a month with that injury, so we're going to put that on hold. And you see, we're starting just some injuries. I think for the next rebuild, I'm going to turn down the injury sliders because there are so many injuries here. You'll see that kind of cost us later on. But we just got to offer Willie Cauley-Stein for Enes Kanter, but didn't want to take on that contract when I have a young guy like Willie Cauley-Stein. You'll see at the beginning of this, I'm not looking to win now. So a lot of these contracts where you're probably looking like, wow, that's a solid player for a young guy that you could trade and get a higher overall. I'm not looking to do that right now. I'm looking for my guys to progress because I'm getting the 81 overall for 79 isn't going to make me that much better at the moment. It's going to be about making a big splash and then having my rookies develop. But we're in year 2 now, so they're not rookies. They are developing, though, very good. De'Aaron Fox gets hurt a few too many times here in year 2, but he is going to be all right. This isn't the year we need him, so we'll be just fine. As you see, we're 15-31 right now. Still tanking. We don't have a draft pick this year, though, so this year is just about progressing Marvin Bagley, progressing De'Aaron Fox, Buddy Hield keep going, and Willie Cauley-Stein keep going. Bogdanovich, I don't know about him. I had him. He was my starting small forward, and he's a very solid role player, but if he wants a lot of money, I don't want to offer him it. He's not somebody that's really in my plans for the future, so he's not someone I was really looking to keep. And if he wants to stay, he's going to be a good role player. He's in the higher 70s. He can come off the bench and be very valuable, but if he's asking for a lot of money, then I'm just going to let him walk. But we do win 4 in a row here before the All-Star break, but then it just goes right back downhill before that. And we're going to keep going here. I'm going to go to contract extensions. And here's Willie Cauley-Stein, 25 years old, 80 overall. But I'm not quite sure how much better he's going to get. He's a 7-footer. He's athletic. But just 3 years for this amount of money, when I want to make a big splash, I figured right now I'm not going to re-sign him in the middle of the year. I'm going to let him, I'm going to see what I can do with him in off-season. If I can sign him for less or if I can give him a qualifying offer and he takes it, we'll have to see. But right now, let's see who else is out there. But right now, I did not think it was the smartest decision to throw all that money into him for someone I'm not quite sure is going to get upgraded too much. But you just saw Josh Okogie. He's also getting up. He's a 74 overall. I got him as a 70. If we can just keep progressing guys like that and then make some big splashes, I'm feeling very confident in our future in Sacramento. Win a few games here. Like I said, this one isn't too much about losing because we don't have a first-round draft pick in this year 2, 2019 we're in now. And we're going to end up losing our final games of the year, going 31-51. Russ gets MVP. Tyreek gets 6th man of the year. Ron Baker gets most improved, averaging 6 points. You see Marvin Bagley gets 2nd team this time, so we're just keep progressing with this team. Marvin Bagley's just getting better and better, and we head to the playoffs once again. Another playoffs that we don't take part of. We'll see who wins it all. This time, the Magic against Houston, and Houston comes back, and they win in Game 7. James Harden gets a ring, and now we head to the offseason where we have some big decisions to make. Team/player options. We accepted Buddy Hield team option. Of course, accepted the Aaron Fox 2-year team option. Accept the Scally Biciera team option. Accept Harry Giles option. Frank Mason, we're going to let go because he's just young. I feel like I can get a better role player. And then we bring back Justin Jackson. I thought I did. Maybe I didn't. But you see here, KD and Jimmy Butler declined their player options, as well as Chris Middleton and Paul Millsap. So we do finally have some guys out here that are able to be signed and some big pieces to our squad. See, we have a qualifying offer there for Willie Cauley-Stein, 1 year, $6.27 million, but we are not going to offer that one. We're just going to take the cap room because Hassan Whiteside and Clint Capella are out there, but our first targets is Kevin Durant. If we can get Kevin Durant to go with De'Aaron Fox and Marvin Bagley, we already have a solid team. I'm going to give him 3 years plus a player option for year 4 for $37 million salary. This is a fantastic deal for Kevin Durant. I thought no trade clause. Yes, it is. And we'll have to see if he accepts that. But next person I want to offer, Whiteside, I'm not too interested in. Asking for more money than Capella. Same overall. Whiteside's 30 and Clint Capella's 25. Clint Capella with KD, if I could make that work in my salary cap, would be an unstoppable force. I offer Clint Capella there, but I'm not quite sure I'm going to get KD. And so not getting KD, I thought I need a good backup plan. So, right when I advanced through day 1, because I made all the offers I could, I renounced the rights to Willie Cauley-Stein. But you see, Clint Capella is there for 4 years, $116 million. So we'll have to see what I do about him. I just wanted to keep that pending because if I don't get KD, then I'm not quite sure that I want Clint Capella. But I am going to end up, as you'll see here just in a second, don't want to spoil anything, I go to the pending offers, and KD accepted other offers, so I just went right back to Capella. I wanted Capella, and KD goes right back to the Warriors. Warriors must have offered him better, or the Warriors, who just realized are better than us right now. So KD goes back to the Warriors, but we do get Clint Capella right there, so I thought I need a shooting guard or a small forward to go, because now I have Capella, Bagley, and De'Aaron Fox. That's a solid three-person core right there, a big three. But if I got Devin Booker, 22 years old, 89 overall, he's a restricted free agent, that would be huge. I'm also going off for Chris Middleton. He would be a nice backup plan at small forward. So you see right here, I agree to Clint Capella, but then I try to agree to Devin Booker, and I can't get him because Clint Capella has the same exact offer. So I agree to Devin Booker. I renounce the rights to Willie Cauley-Stein. I accept Clint Capella and Devin Booker. Renounce the rights to the rest. Try to get all three. Not quite enough salary, as Chris Middleton has a huge contract there. So I'm going after Devin Booker and Clint Capella, but I had Devin Booker in my hands, and the Suns got his restricted offer, and they get him back. So we do end up with Clint Capella, but I had Devin Booker accepting a deal with us. And obviously the Suns, smart decision, go and get their young, talented player. But we go right back after Chris Middleton, and he's going to agree to another contract. So we do end up with Clint Capella and Chris Middleton, but being that close to Devin Booker is huge. I tried to get Carmelo. He went to the Rockets. Tried to get Rondo. He went back to the Pelicans. I even tried to get another young player you'll see here in a second, and he went away. So nobody really wants to come to the Kings, but getting Capella and Chris Middleton is huge for us, but it left us very limited in cap room. Now I'm just looking for some minimum deals that want to come play with the team that is rising, but Corey Joseph goes to the Timberwolves. These guys just haven't seen us win yet, and I understand that. I think we have a very good roster. De'Aaron Fox now, Buddy Hield, Chris Middleton, then Marvin Bagley and Clint Capella there as our starting five. That's pretty dangerous, but these are some young guys, and they haven't been proven to win yet, so I have to start offering some lower 70s now. 74, I tried to offer George Hill, need the backup point guard, trying to fill out my 14-man roster. We do get George Hill there for a minimum deal for 1 year. Just sign him for that 1-year deal. I'm still so upset that we were so close to Devin Booker. That just sucks. I mean, the Suns had to match any offer, probably. Any offer we could have given him, they would have probably matched as long as they had the room to do so. We do get Alex Abrinas there. That gives us 14 players on the roster. So I am very satisfied, though, with our attempt here. We went after KD, and the Warriors had too much for us. Don't blame them for going back, but Devin Booker would have been huge. I'm still regretting that one. But then we went and got Clint Capella, who I wanted more than Whiteside anyway. And then we went and got Chris Middleton, who I wanted a lot. I'm not quite sure where Jimmy Butler went. I'm guessing back to Minnesota. Didn't even try to offer him, actually, now that I think about it. But probably could have thrown an offer at him. But doesn't really matter. These are the progressions. Bagley up to an 89. Capella to the 87. Middleton still in at 85. But Fox in 81 and Bogdanovich 81. This is becoming a dangerous roster. That's after 2 years. You see, I'm going to send a few guys to camp. But after the second year, that is actually where I'm going to cut this part 1 of the Sacramento Kings rebuild. This is just part 1. If you guys want to see part 2, smash that like button. I'll bring it out as fast as possible. It's already cut down. I just want to see how much you guys enjoyed this series. I love the core we have right now. I love the starting 5 we got. We went through 2 painful years. Year 1 was very uneventful. Year 2, much more eventful now, and we have a roster that I'm ready to win with now. We'll have to see how year 3 treats us. We're gonna have to see if we can make the playoffs with the squad. This is now competitive basketball. This is exactly how I expected this rebuild to go. Wasn't expected to win the first couple of years. Expected to finally get a team to compete in year 3, year 4, and we'll see how close we can get to winning a national championship, an NBA championship with this roster. We'll have to wait and see. As you see, the player contracts, not a lot of salary cap after signing those couple of guys, but I do have a young core that are going to have to be signed here in the near future, but that doesn't matter. We're trying to win right now. We have some good pieces to do so. So if you enjoyed today's episode, make sure you smack the like button. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. Got some more awesome videos planned for you guys, and I'll see you guys in part 2. As always, I'm out. Peace.